always used to get so annoyed when people would talk about the weather. Like, oh, there he goes talking about the weather again. But now I'm an adult and I get it. Welcome back to another installment of me talking about Jesus. My neighbors went on vacation and they just bought these baby tortoises. So we're watching them for them. Let me show you. Ooh, he's on the move. It's really bright out here. You guys know I'm in my season of waiting right now. You know, I'm in the wilderness. I need to investigate what I need to investigate. Hey, can you not? Come here. Yeah, I'm at that point in my faith where I'm just asking a bunch of questions, and my heart is very sensitive right now. The dichotomy of it all. Things are only getting better, but here comes the enemy. I love an analogy. Are you shy? Guys, what should I name my turtle? You know, this is actually a female. I'm a mountain climber. I'm climbing up the mountain with my rope. The rope, that's God's word. Sometimes I'm climbing and I run into unsteady ground and my feet roll and I might trip, I might fall. But the tighter I grip onto the rope, the easier I'm able to steady myself and just get right back up and keep climbing. It's the climb. Yeah. The enemy's on this mountain too. He waits until I'm at my weakest and most vulnerable, and he just throws more rocks. He just keeps throwing more rocks. Now, we've talked about spiritual warfare so much. I've been viewing it all wrong. Yes, it does take a lot out of you, but the trials and tribulations that God is putting us through should not be viewed in a negative light. We walk a narrow path. I truly believe that we are all called towards Jesus, but there's just so much external noise in the world. You have to be in silence to hear God. And silence is uncomfortable for a lot of people. I never enjoyed silence. Ever. And like lately, it's all I want. When it's silent, it's just me and God. If I try to rewrite everything that I'm saying so that other people understand, it's just too much effort on my part for one, and then at that point, like, it's just like, if you don't understand, you don't understand, and that's your problem. It is not my job to explain everything to you. If you want to know what I'm really talking about, crack open that Bible. It's not easy being a child of God. There are so many forces that are trying to take you away from God, especially right now. I'm gonna look directly in the camera when I say this. God does not move from his throne. God has been in the same spot, steady, unchanging, forever since the beginning of time. If you feel distant from him, it's not because he moved. It's because you moved. I never even knew God until less than a year ago. And I wish I would have knew him sooner. It's another thing I want to touch on too. Is just like, it takes practice, but coming from a place of appreciation and gratitude is such a game changer. Like I said, it's so easy to get caught in those negative thinking patterns, to think the world's against you. I'm a nice person. Just like sometimes like people just like say and do stuff or don't do stuff that it's like I wrestle with anger all the time, and like I'll have another video about that. I talked about it a little bit before, but you know, the Bible tells us to be slow to anger. I am not slow to anger. But it's like, use your blinker. My blood pressure is rising just thinking about it. You have to move your finger maybe 1 inch, and that's too hard for you. kind of a crash out. I've always kind of been a crash out. And it's not fun. Just have gratitude, you know? Be appreciative. Before you go moaning and groaning about how God isn't good or how God doesn't show up in your life, take inventory. When they say count your blessings, like literally count them. You probably can't even count all your blessings on like 5 hands. Don't trip when you're put through challenges and trials, especially when you're trying to get closer to God, because that's when the trials really come. I'm just really wrestling with my faith, and if you're doing the same, never feel bad for asking questions. It's good to ask questions, and God will wrestle with you through it. He wants to wrestle with you through it. Jesus is the breath of life. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a blessed week, and I'll see you guys next weekend. Bye, darlings.